time. I just have to break his ass a little bit. And he'll be calling. But I appreciate those. We actually had a little party. We opened up a beautiful section of the White House in the Rose Garden, and we had a party for all of those people that I never speak to and vote for me. And I spoke to Doug, but I didn't speak to him about, I've had a problem. And I was really sad by his passing and was thinking about not even doing the speech in his honor. But then I decided that I have to do it in his honor. I'll do it in his honor because he wanted it that way. He would have wanted it that way. He would have said, do that speech. Are you getting me to the speech? Big guy. But he was a fantastic person. Man, that was a quick one. I don't know quite yet what happened, but boy, it's a tough one. He was just with us. He was our friend, all of us, every one of us. And I also want to send our best wishes to Congress and Jim Baird and his wife, who are recovering from a car accident. They're going to be okay, but they had a pretty bad accident. And we're praying that they get out of that hospital very quickly. He's going to be fine. I'd love to make a speech. Speaker asked me, would you make a speech? I said, sure. You think Biden would do that? Would you make a speech? What? They hate to report. We're going to have over $650 billion poured into our country or coming in shortly because of tariffs. They're finding all of these pockets of money. A couple of weeks ago, sir, we're off by $39 billion. Oh, is that good or bad? Meaning, do we have it or are we short of it? Sir, it's $39 billion that we can't account for. That means we have an extra 39. Yes, sir. I said, well, what are you saying? We just don't know where it came from. I said, check the tariff shelf. Sir, that tariff doesn't start until September. I said, no. It started about a month and a half ago. Check it. Comes back 25 minutes later. Sir, you were right. It came from tariffs. This never happened to us before. Where we find plus 39 billion, not million, plus 39 billion. They were missing. We've taken in $650 billion or shortcoming, and that's because I'm being nice. If I want to be, and we have national security because of tariffs. And frankly, we have a big Supreme Court case. I hope they do what's good for our country. I hope they do the right thing. Well, the president has to be able to wheel and deal with tariffs. Now, if you have the right president, it's good. You have the wrong president, if you have the wrong president, nothing's good. Tariffs are the least of your problems. We found that out for 4 years. We had the worst president, did the worst job. They had the worst policy. We have to even run against these people. Now, I won't say cancel the election. They should cancel the election because the fake news will say, he wants the elections canceled. He's a dictator. They always call me a dictator. Nobody's worse than Obama and the people that surrounded Biden. Not Biden. I don't think it was Biden. He didn't know what the hell was going on, okay? The election was rigged. He had no idea what happened. He still doesn't. The auto pen. And by the way, you were to make a big deal out of the auto pen. The auto pen was your president because most of the things were signed by auto pen. And you're not allowed to do that. I signed very little. Now I just sign everything because it's just so crazy. But, like I had the other day, we elevated a general to 4 stars. I think you should sign that. That's a big deal. A general did a great job, was elevated to 4 stars. And I had the general in, and I signed it in front of him, held it up. You got to sign it. You can't give it to an auto pen. And you can always... people. It's not even conservative. It's common sense. But the press has no credibility whatsoever. Think of it. I got 97% bad stories on one network, 93% on the other, and I won in a landslide. You know what that means? The press has no credibility.
Absolutely. Great point. Great point. Because you got us, don't have us out here looking like we are crazy. Like, how the heck did you become the president then? How did you become the president? Right? You have all of this inhumane, heinous coverage regarding President Donald Trump. And this man literally won by a landslide. How do you, make that make sense? That's telling you right there that these people have been in full control of the media, which means they are in full control of your mind. Okay? We are not playing around with these people. These people have been carrying on as if we're not grown adults understanding what the heck is going on. We're not playing around. Smack that like button there, people. Smack that like button. These people are feeling the pressure all over the world right now. You should see the panic right now. Panama Prime Minister panicking. She did a press conference speaking about the ramifications of another country entering a sovereign state and kidnapping their presidential powers. Hey, it's a new time, it's a new day and era. We can't be playing around. These people are definitely not playing around with us. Why the heck are we going to sit around and act like nothing is going on when everything is going on right now? Okay? We have to come out with it now. We have to come out with it now. Okay? It's American time. Ain't no other time. These people they're going to have to fall behind. It's our time. It's American time.
And it's all because of tariffs and the election, but it's because of tariffs. Without tariffs, we wouldn't have 10 cents being invested.
There was a time back in 2016 when I remember you were on speech and you were saying that regime change and like nation building.
Where?
When you were speaking at the RNC back in 2016, you were criticizing regime change and nation building, the U.S. being involved in that. It seems obviously that your stance has changed on that. What led to that? The end of the U.S. nation building now is that.
This isn't a country that's on the other side of the world.
Right.
This isn't a country like we have to travel 24 hours in an airplane. This is Venezuela. It's in our area. The Don Road down.
Said it's in our area.
How would you say that we're in the business of nation building now?
He said it's in our area. It's in our area. It's in our backyard. That's just the bottom line. Venezuela is in our backyard. Okay? Yes, the reporter asked Donald Trump about a comment that he made back in 2016 in regards to regime change. And Donald Trump was opposed to regime change. But the metrics, the era, the times has abruptly changed. Okay? Donald Trump just stated that these people are in our area. They're in our area. Okay? They're in our area.
Viable and successful, and where the oil is allowed to freely come out because that's good. It gets the prices down. That's good for our country. We have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor, and that's Venezuela. It's very sick. Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man.
You got to get Colombia.
Who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
That's a threat.
He's not going to be doing it
That's
very
a
long.
threat.
He's not doing it very long.
He's not going to do it very long. That's a threat. That's a threat to Colombia. That's a threat to Colombia. Now, Colombia has responded, okay? Colombia has responded there, people. And we will get into that a little bit later on Colombia's response. But they must know we are not playing around. Colombia is our largest ally within the Latin hemisphere, and now it's total delineation now. It's total delineation from even all of our allies. We don't even care no more. We damn near about to bust out from NATO. We damn near about to just leave NATO. Okay, that shows you from the move that we just took on by invading Venezuela. Okay, that right there basically violated international law. Okay, it violated in with it violated the core doctrine that basically brings NATO together. Okay, not to enter others' sovereign states. Okay, especially kidnapping the head of state. Okay, but this is what we got to deal with. We are delineating. If you don't know, you're about to find out right now. We're delineating from NATO. NATO either are going to fall in line, they're either going to be quiet or just put out a few attacking media statements and do nothing. All right. Or we're simply just going to pull ourselves out completely from NATO and NATO is going to fall down. We make NATO possible to carry on the way they are carrying on. I mean, we make the EU possible. The EU, Europe is attempting to now take control of all industries in Europe. Okay, the EU. Okay, they want to take. You talk about fascism. Talk about dictatorship. Okay, but this is what's going on. Okay, this is going. Smack that like button, dear people. We're not playing around on this session. Let's go. They not playing. Let's go.
He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it
So
forever.
there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me.
There could be review of
You
Mexico.
know why? Because they kill a lot of people. Yeah.
You heard him? He said, you heard him? Lady just asked him, well, what do you feel about boots on the ground? President Trump like, sounds good to me. he like, sounds good to me, not holding back, man. Nah, bro, we not playing. They're not playing with us. Picture this, man. Why would you allow these thug maniacs from other countries that is directly influencing your country, okay, and just ballooning your country with all type of packages that you just don't want in your country, all type of illegal aliens, convicts. I mean, just rushing your borders. You know, there at some point you're gonna say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Now, how would you like it if the Bloods decided to rise up in this country here in America and say, you know what? We're going to take over. We're taking the White House. And then they actually do accomplish taking over the White House here in America. How would you Americans feel if the Bloods took over and was running this country through their ideology? Okay. How would you feel about that? Well, that's what's going on in these countries with these dictators. Okay. You essentially have a gang that is in power. You have a gang that's in power, that's running the country, that's running all of the criminality all throughout the country and running it as if it's legal. And if you say anything about that, you will be eliminated. I mean, when are we to clean that up? It's right in our backyard. When are we to say, nah, that's not right. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. And you have these people, China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, all of these nations plotting on us. All of these nations plotting on us. And we're supposed to sit around and allow that? That doesn't make sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. These other nations that surrounds us, that's on our perimeter, are colluding with our enemies, and we're supposed to really allow that. We are not in bed with these enemies like the old administration. like all of the old administrations that have been put in place here in America. We are not doing business with the cartels no more here in America. We're not doing business with you over there in Venezuela. These Democrat leftist maniacs have been moving swiftly and is under the cloak of legality, peddling all of these unaliving packages that are flooding our USA streets. Okay? No, man, we're tired of that. We are tired of that. Trump is telling these people, putting these people on notice. He is telling the Colombian president, nah, we don't care. We don't care. We're coming. We don't care. He's telling them right now. He's telling them.
Who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
What does that mean?
The oil is allowed to.
He said, I can tell you. He said he's not going to be doing that for very long. I can tell you.
We have a
Yo, Bob Bond. Yo, Bob Bond. What's up, Bob Bond? What's going on? James Moore. What's happening, James Moore, though? Smack that like button there, people. We not playing. We riding on these people tonight. We riding on everything that's not American. Everything that's not American is getting rolled on tonight. Let's roll.
Close to a neighbor, and that's Venezuela is very sick. Colombia is very sick, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
What does that mean?
He said, let me tell you.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
That will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. Yeah. You know why?
He said it sounds good to me. You just let them know, bro. We coming. We not holding nothing back. It's not that. It's no, we're gonna just sit back and we're gonna play nice, talk nice to you. It's no longer are we playing in the middle no more. We are going for the onslaught. We are on the attack. We're not in the middle no more. We're not trying to make you people feel nice and then make our communist enemies feel nice. We're not doing that no more. You tell them, Trump, you got the entire weight of the real USA patriots behind you. Let's roll. Smack that like button there, people. Smack that like button. Let's go. Salute America. Smacking that like button and saluting America. Let's go.
Yesterday, in his remarks, does the U.S. have a plan?
Well, Cuba always survived because of Venezuela. Now they want to have that money coming in.
Cuba is done now. Hey, this was genius. This was genius. That kill shot that we just delivered to Venezuela is going to send shockwaves all throughout the Caribbean, okay? All throughout Latin America. Venezuela was basically the Americas for Latin America, basically, okay? When it comes to all of their natural resources that they had, now we have control of that here in America. We have control of Venezuela, okay? Now we want Cuba, but the thing is, Cuba is now going to fall. And Donald, our president, is going to explain that right now. We're not going to have to put boots on the ground in Cuba because Cuba is going to belly up all on its own. Let the president explain that right now. Smack that like button there, people. It's about 70 of my Americans in the chat. Smack that like button. Let's go. Let's ride on these damn fools. Let's roll.
It's close to a neighbor, and that's Venezuela is very sick. Colombia is very sick, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
What does that mean? He's not doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
An operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. Yeah. You know why? Because they kill a lot of people. Yeah.
You heard that, y'all? You heard that?
Well, because they kill a lot of people. Yeah.
by the U.S.
It sounds good to me.
Boots on the ground. He said it sounds good to me.
Secretary Rubio mentioned Cuba yesterday. Does the U.S. have a plan to do so?
Well, Cuba always survived because of Venezuela. Now they won't have that money coming in. They won't have the income coming in. You know, a lot of Cubans were killed yesterday. You know that. A lot of Cubans.
Do you know how many?
The bodyguards. You know, but a lot of,
He said the bodyguards. He said the bodyguards. He said a lot of Cubans was killed yesterday. He said, yeah, the bodyguards. Because Cuba was bodyguarding Maduro. Cuba was bodyguarding Maduro, not Venezuelans. Why? Because Maduro didn't trust his own people. Yep. Maduro didn't trust his own people, dear people. Okay? Yo, now we don't even have to go to Cuba. Cuba is going to destabilize its own self. 30% of the oil production in Cuba came from Venezuela. Okay? Now we have control of that. China invested $100 billion into Venezuela, by far the most out of any country they have ever invested in. China has invested the most into Venezuela. The people in our backyard, no, we not with that. We saw that. They thought we wasn't going to catch that. No, we saw that, dog. Nah, we saw that. That is too funny. That is too funny. Unfreaking believable. But that's what happened. And it is what it is. And we're moving right along. It is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. We moving. We're moving. This tank is moving. This eagle is flying. This eagle is flying over here in the United States. They are pissed. They are pissed. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, Hakeem Jeffries, real quick. Look at this.
Happy New Year. Trump administration has started 2026 in the same way that they spent all of 2025, unleashing chaos, crisis, and corruption at levels unprecedented in modern American history. Trump administration has not done a damn thing throughout its entire time in office to make life better for the American people. Donald Trump and the administration and the Republican extremists, they promised all of 2024, when they were on the campaign trail trying to get power, that they were going to lower costs. In fact, it was Donald Trump who said costs would go down on day one of his administration. A year later, costs haven't gone down in the United States of America. Costs have gone up. The affordability crisis is not a hoax. It is very...
Is it me, or did this guy Hakeem Jeffries he's starting to get down with those Africans and getting that skin tone changer? Is this guy Hakeem Jeffries changing the skin color, man? Did he look like that coming in, y'all? Somebody help me in the chat. Smack that like button there, people. What is going on? Look at this rhetoric. I want to just show you real quick. We're going to show you real quick. I just want to show you what these Democrats are fighting for constantly. Never coming out with some solutions for the people. Never, ever coming out, attempting to bring forth a bill that's going to relieve the stress and pain on the American people that vote for them. I mean, every chance they get. No, they don't do that. They want to put together large, elaborate press conferences only to undermine President Trump and USA, who have voted for President Trump. Okay, let's rock and roll. We're not the immigrants. The immigrants voted for these leftist Democrats. Okay, we are not them. Let's roll. We are not them.
Very real. Housing costs out of control. Grocery costs out of control. Utility costs out of control. Child care costs out of control.
Who did
and healthcare?
This man just said child care costs out of control. This is why I had to bring. I'm like I gotta let y'all hear what these people are talking about, because I know most of the people in this chat are not listening to no Hakeem Jeffries. Okay, this man just mentioned healthcare. What? Why are they attempting to try to blame Trump on all of this? Trump just came in office. Trump has been in office for a year now. Over, you know, a few days over a year. Talking about the economy is a wreck and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What? This is, but if you don't understand politics, you would say, oh man, you know what? He sounds right. You know? Yeah. But this is why we here making it simple for you. Politics made simple here. Let's go. We're not playing around.
Their costs out of control. This week, as a result of a Democratic-led effort, the House of Representatives will vote on bipartisan legislation to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits so we can prevent tens of millions of Americans from experiencing dramatically increased premiums, copays, and deductibles this month. Increases that in some cases could result in everyday Americans paying $1,000 or $2,000 more per month. Completely and totally unacceptable.
Man, please, we ain't trying to air that from these Democrat leftist maniacs. We're not trying to air that from them no more, bro. You are you are the reason for all of this shenanigans, and I cannot believe these people will come out here with these talking points like Donald Trump caused all of these immigrants to come in and fleece the American people. No, I mean, come on, bro. Y'all got to come better than that now, man. The community is up now. The black and white people here in America, brave baby, we have not, baby, we are on it more than I've ever seen us here in America on this political thing here. My blacks are if you look online, my blacks are talking about more more issues in politics than hip hop. Okay, this is what's going on. My blacks are waking up right now to your trickery. Okay, to your psyop. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, we're done with that. We're done playing around with you. Okay, people been playing around with us too long. I see a MAGA in the chat. Christian Moist, I see a MAGA in the chat. They trying to play around with us, Chris. We not with that. We not with that.
Donald Trump has turned his sights on Colombia. In remarks aboard Air Force One on Sunday night, returning from Mar-a-Lago to Washington after what can only be described as the most significant U.S. military operation in Latin America since the 1989 invasion of Panama, Trump was asked about the possibility of conducting military operations against drug trafficking targets inside Colombia. His response sent shockwaves across the hemisphere. Sounds good to me, Trump said. You know why? Because they kill a lot of people. The words landed like a bombshell in Bogota and in capitals across Latin America. For decades, Colombia has been one of America's closest allies in the region. The two countries have cooperated extensively on counter-narcotics operations, intelligence sharing, and military training. Now, that relationship appears to be on the verge of collapse. Trump's full remarks were extraordinary in their directness and their brutality. We have a very sick neighbor, Trump said. Not a neighbor, but close to a neighbor, and that is Venezuela, which is very sick. Colombia is also very sick, he continued. It is run by a sick man who likes to produce cocaine and sell it to the United States. And he's not going to keep doing it for much longer. Let me tell you. When pressed on what that meant, Trump doubled down.
Trump doubled down.
It won't last long. He has cocaine factories. It won't last long. A reporter then asked the question that has now put Colombia on edge. So there will be a U.S. operation in Colombia? Trump's answer, sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
These are not the words of a diplomat engaging in careful statecraft. These are not the measured comments of a president weighing his options. These are the words of a president who has just demonstrated, with the capture of Maduro, that he is willing and able to use military force in Latin America whenever he chooses. And now Colombia, historically one of America's closest allies in the region, finds itself squarely in his crosshairs. The accusation that Petro personally likes to produce cocaine is without precedent in modern diplomatic discourse. No American president has ever publicly accused a sitting allied head of state of being a drug manufacturer.
Trump just
Colombian President Gustavo Petro responded Monday morning with a series of messages on social media that have stunned observers across the hemisphere.
All right, what you got
The
to say?
former guerrilla fighter, who laid down his arms in 1989 as part of a peace agreement with the Colombian government, issued a warning unlike...
Hold on. So the Colombian president right now is about to issue a warning to our American president there, people. Smack that like button. Smack that like button. We are not playing around, okay? Smack that like button.
Like anything heard from a Latin American leader in decades. Although I have not been a soldier, I know of war and clandestinity, Petro wrote. I swore not to touch a weapon again since the Peace Pact of 1989. Then came the line that has reverberated across Latin America and the world. But for the homeland, I will take up arms again. Arms I do not want.
Oh, you ready?
Let that sink in for a moment. The sitting president of Colombia, the country that has been the United States' closest ally in South America for decades, has just announced that he is prepared to take up arms against a potential American invasion. This is not political rhetoric. This is not diplomatic posture.
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger...
Posturing. This is not a figure of speech. This is a former guerrilla commander, a man who spent years in armed struggle against the Colombian state, warning that he will return to armed resistance if his country is attacked. The implications are staggering. Petro was a member of the M19 guerrilla movement in his youth. He participated in armed operations. He lived underground. He evaded security forces. When he says he knows war and clandestinity, he is speaking from personal experience. Petro's response went even further. He issued a direct warning about what would happen if the United States attempts to do to him what it did to Maduro.
Oh, yeah?
Capture and detain a sitting head of state. If they detain the president that a good part of my people loves and respects, Petro wrote, they will unleash the popular jaguar. The jaguar has become a recurring symbol in Petro's rhetoric, representing what he describes as the latent power of the Colombian people, ready to be...
Then let's bring it, baby. You bring that jaguar. You bring that jaguar on out.
Do not try in Colombia what you do.
You bring it on out. We got that American eagle that fly higher than anybody. Okay, and we come down and strike out the clouds, okay? We are not playing around here in America, okay? Whether you are white, whether you are black, put your differences to the side with one another right now. We have a very, very serious threat here in America going on, okay? You have to put your differences aside. We must keep our damn focus on these illegal aliens, okay? We cannot play around. It's not that type of party now here in America. America wants the real. This is why America real put Donald Trump in office. The real that's in the white community, the real men. I have met a lot of the real men because I don't hang around punks. The real black men, okay? They are feeling what Trump is doing and talking about, okay? The real ones, the real black women, the real white women. We're standing up. We have children, and our children's children will be looking to come here and find out what it is that we have put down for them here in America. Are we to allow our babies to come up in a world of America and say, yeah, you know what, baby? You know, we all used to live here. It used to be just, yeah, it was just the blacks and whites at one time, at one point. Really? Really, mommy? It was just the whites and blacks? Yeah, but now we have the whole world in America. Do we want that? Do we want our children fighting these invaders, these illegal gangbangers, these illegal gangbanger communists who come into our country and attempt to steal our way of life, suppress what we are doing, hijack, steal our patents to our jets, steal our patents to our military and how we program, come into our country, obtain dual citizenship, train under our military, only to go back to your country and become a new warlord. No, we're not with that no more. No, we're not with that no more. Your time's up now. Your time's up. When you got people getting on the air like General Keane, and I concur with General Keane, you have a problem. When if General Keane is getting on Fox and he's talking that talk, and I concur with him, which I have not for a long time, but I concur with him now, you have a problem. You have a problem. A big one. A big one.
We're in close coordination, all coming together in time and place to layer effects for a single purpose, to get an interdiction force into downtown Caracas while maintaining the element of tactical surprise. It's a very impressive press conference on Saturday explaining everything. General Jack Keane is with me now. And General, good morning to you and welcome to our coverage here. I just want to lay a few things out for our viewers, and then I want to know from you what comes next, all right? Fuerte Tiuna, I think I've got that right. The fort here, this military complex, is where Maduro was taking cover, and that is where he was picked up by these U.S. forces. They had at least 150 aircraft in the area. Such an impressive operation. There was some damage on the ground. Here's a before picture. Here's after. It looks like a military barracks based on what I'm seeing for this image. General, and very simple language, you're on the ground for 2.5 hours. You go to the Iwo Jima, you make one stop at Gitmo, and then you come to the state of New York, and that is where we are today. In 2.5 hours, Maduro will be before a judge. General, you were on Fox News Sunday yesterday, and you said the most critical question now is what's next. As you see it at this hour, what is next in Venezuela and how it affects the United States?
Yeah, certainly. Well, the Trump administration has made quite a big decision here, and that is to work with the Maduro government as opposed to try to depose that government, which would obviously lead to a physical presence of troops on the ground.
Smack that like button.
I believe they have some indications that they think they can work with this government and move them in the right direction. Everybody knows who they are. I mean, the three top leaders of them are all indicted just as Maduro is. That's the vice president, the minister of defense, and the minister of interior. And these people have blood on their hands also in terms of repression the Venezuelan people. And certainly everybody knows who we're dealing with here. But can we move them in the right direction? And what are we talking about? Shut down the narco trafficking, shut down the Colombian gangs and the paramilitary militias that the Minister of Interior has used as goons to repress the Venezuelan people. The reason why the Venezuelan people aren't celebrating Maduro's removal is because they know the goons and thugs are still in charge. And they fear going out on the streets to celebrate. So obviously the administration has some indication by talking to the vice president that she is willing to cooperate. And listen, we have lots of leverage here. We could have taken Maduro's compound down and killed everybody.
We could have taken them down.
We chose the tougher option and the better option to go in there and try to extract them and put them before a judge and a jury eventually. They know those options are available for this president in dealing with those three top leaders as well. So we have leverage here. And what we want to do, in addition to what I just suggested, and The Secretary of State said so on television.
We have leverage. General Keane is laying it out for you right now. And I must say, I cannot believe I am siding with General Keane because, I mean, he's making sense. I mean, I can't believe he's making sense. General Keane is making sense. Shout out to all my veterans in the chat. Shout out to the Secretary of Defense in the chat, Calvin and Hobbies. Smack that like button. Subscribe to the War Zone. We're not playing around. This is not Al Jazeera. This is not a Muslim telecast, okay? We're not playing around here. Smack that like button there, people.
On Sunday, the objective is to move to a democratic form of government. And listen, so people understand, we're not about nation building here. This is not Bosnia-Herzegovina. It's not Iraq and it's not Afghanistan. Why? Because the democratic structure already exists in Venezuela, albeit it's in the wrong hands under Chavez, under Maduro, and now under the vice president. There is a Supreme Court. There is a National Assembly, a legislative body. There is an executive branch. There is a civil society that has been significantly repressed for the last 14 years and absolutely punished. But that society will come to life and be energized and be in the streets supporting a movement towards elections, which is what the administration wants to do. But they know they can't do it immediately because it's not prepared to do it immediately, and they want to first achieve some stability and then move towards it. Don't rush towards it, but make certain we get everything in place to make certain there's success here. It's an open question, Bill. We don't know how much this regime will cooperate. They want to protect themselves, but we have...
Bruh, I could tell you one thing. I've been telling you this. I can tell you, I've been telling you this since yesterday for sure. That current regime that is in control of Venezuela, they are not in control now, but I could tell you this. I could tell you this. That current regime is going to be out of here. By the demands we gave the current regime to help us stabilize the government, and then you have to exit. Help us, you know, we're going to get the stabilization in the country of Venezuela to get the properly ran elections, free elections going on in Venezuela. Then we want you to leave. We want you to leave. All right. This is what the American government is demanding of the Venezuelan people and leadership. Let's go. We're not playing around. We're not playing around.
Lots of leverage. We also have an amnesty leverage.
All right.
You work with us, and we'll give you exile. And
this is important. This is important. Listen to this part right here. The amnesty clause that we have. We have an amnesty measure. Listen to what these leaders might do. Okay? Listen to what they might do. Let's go.
We'll give you no indictment. You help achieve our political objectives,
right,
and inside the country, and also our security objectives, and there may be something positive for you at the end. So I don't know what the conversations are. I'm only speculating. But the administration believes, at least now,
Starboy tonight. We love you too, Starboy tonight. Shout out to America
and security objectives. If not, we have an or else option as well.
Wow. Well stated, sir. Let me try to run a little bit of this.
You heard what he just said, huh?
Your reaction to this. The woman you're describing is Delcy Rodriguez. She's the interim leader, considered the vice president. There were some reports.
He said, if she don't comply, listen, if they don't comply with the amnesty clause that we can put in for you, then we have the option and the leverage to put in the or else clause. You don't want us to put in the or else clause on you. Okay? We just might do that too. And Donald Trump is telling them that. Listen, man, we're not playing around with you. You just seen we took your leader off the board. We are not playing around with you. Not 1 second. Okay? Not 1 second. Jack, I can't believe
political and security objectives. If not, we have an or else option as well.
Wow, well stated,
we
sir.
have an
Let me
or
try to
else
run a little bit
option
of this
as
down
well.
and give me your reaction.
We have an or else option as well.
The woman you're describing
I mean,
is
listen,
Delcy
man.
Rodriguez. She's the
When it comes to national security and the way you have the Chinese delegation and Russian delegation and Iran, North Korea, Africa, you have all of these nations pushing against us, conspiring against us, attempting to sidestep our intelligence. We are not with that here in America. We are not. We didn't. No, we're not with that. We're not going to allow that. No, no, we're not. No, we don't hear. We don't want to hear dictator. No, dictator nothing. Dictator nothing. Let me show you something real quick, right? You know, it's just it's very important. It's very, very important we capitalize on what's going on. Check this out, right? Look at Greenland. You see Greenland, right? See Greenland? Look at Greenland. This is Green, okay? Look at Greenland right here. Guess what? Only 57,000 people are in there. 57,000 people. Okay? Look, we need Greenland. Okay? Look where the United States is at. Lazy Prodigy. Thank you so much, Lazy Prodigy. I appreciate you so much. Love the name. Look, thank you so much for that $5 cash for the tank's gas. Thank you so kindly. Thank you so much for the salute. Do me a favor, great Americans. All of my great Americans out there. Or I know if you're white, I understand you might feel some type of way because I'm black here in America. You might have a feeling. But put that to the side right now. This is an American fight that we have on our hands right now. Do me a favor and smack that like button. Salute. Get us on to the American algorithm. We're not playing around. Now, we have Greenland right here. Canada right here. The United States right here. You have all of these other states, countries, nation states right here. So you have Germany, you have Denmark, you have the United Kingdom right there, Norway, Sweden. Right now, we're beefing right now with Denmark right now. All right, we're beefing. Now, if you take a look down below, you have Mexico right here. There go Mexico. You have Guatemala right there. You have Cuba right here. So we about to, we taking Cuba out. We took Cuba out by taking out Venezuela. We have their oil. They are done. They are done. Okay. You have Nicaragua right here, and Venezuela should be down here somewhere. Down right here, like right around right here. This landmass. There you go. There go Venezuela right there. Venezuela is right under Nicaragua. Okay, that's all right. So that's Nicaragua right here, y'all. Venezuela is right here. You just can't see it right now, but it's right here. Okay, this is our back door. This is our back door. Okay? Then you have all of these other nations plotting against us. Okay? Plotting against us. Greenland. We want Greenland. This is Greenland right here. We want Greenland. All right? In the middle of Greenland, it's a lot of ice. Nobody lives in the middle of Greenland. Okay, but we want Greenland. It's huge. Only 57,000 people. We need that. That's our front door. And not only that, you have all of these Russian tankers and China tankers cruising our front door streets in the ocean. Okay, this is very, very important on what's going on right now. All right, it truly, truly is. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Look at Somalia. Take a look at Somalia real quick. Mogadishu. This is Mogadishu. They are all the way here in Africa on the other side of the globe. And it's like, why are you fighting to stay in our country? You know, why are you fighting to constantly be in our country? We are tired of that. We are tired of that. We are tired of that. Okay? We're done with that. We're done playing around with you people. We need Greenland. We need Venezuela for many, many reasons. We need Venezuela. Okay? It is not a game to not, no, we must have Venezuela. And I'm so glad that it's not something that we have to think about getting. We already have it. All right? We're gonna have to work it out, but we have it. Not playing around with these damn people, man. Heck out of here. Heck out of here. Now, take a look at this clip real quick. Let's take a look at this. All right,
talking about this. Everybody is
this
arguing.
is important.
No. They don't get it. It's about this. No, they don't get it. It's about that. You know, it's about oil. It's about drugs. It's about terrorism. It's about Trump and his ego, whatever it is. I want to give you a completely, I think, different perspective on what happened in Venezuela. Let me just say this. It is not about the oil. It's not about drugs. It's not about terrorism. It's not about China. It's not about communism, Marxism, or socialism. It's about all of those things. So if anybody tells you that this is really all about the oil, just listen to them, because they might have a very good point on the oil thing and go, okay, well, that's cute. But that's not all it's about. So let me tell you exactly. This is the first time in my lifetime that we have a president who is not reacting, not managing America's decline, not trying to stabilize a collapsing system.
Exactly.
Trump is doing something I have never seen any president do. He is playing to win. And I mean,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, man, if you want to play the middle, put middle in the comment section. But if you're playing and you're going for the win, put win in the comment section, okay? We are not playing. We finally, you all should be excited to see this. We're not reading about some action hero president in the past. We're finally getting to see one right here. You let that right for the win. Neil Jones said for the win. Right. We won it all, so we going for it. We taking it. Moon Kate said for the win. Okay? We're not playing around. Notify Yours said for the win. Jim Peacock. What's up, Jim? Jim said for the win. Okay? We're not playing. Moon Kate throwing up the USA. Lazy Prodigy said for the win. We're going for the win. We tired of playing the middle, playing Mr. Nice Guy. And yes, all right, I think I have to authorize some drone strikes over there, and but no, we want to be an upstanding people for all of the people in the world. Man, forget all that right now. It's America first. Who's down with the whole America first theory right now? Who's with that? Who's with America first right now? You know what I love about Donald Trump? Donald Trump been screaming America first since back in the 80s. Like in the early 90s, this guy Trump was talking about America first, going on to these night live telecasts or these night shows, and this guy was talking about America first when he was being asked about certain political events that was taking place around them times, and he would be casually asked on it. And Trump was always advocating. He didn't like the idea that America constantly was getting screwed. We're not playing around. America first. Right. I see the America first. Lazy Prodigy. We're not playing around. America first. Okay, thank you for that.
And beginning to sweep in Europe. You also have authoritarianism, Russia and its satellites. Got it? You also have, and this was what we were left with on all other presidents, You have the discredited globalist middle, this mushy, bureaucratic, elitist system that promises peace and prosperity and delivers nothing but debt, decay, censorship, instability, and war after war after war. That has been discredited, and that is totally collapsing. So what are we going to be? This is so important that you understand this, because this will change the way you view the entire world. What are we going to be? If that mushy middle isn't working, then what are we going to be? Europe has decided they're going to go more fascistic. They're going to go to a global government, and the government is going to control everything, including business. Okay, that's fascism. Like it or not, that's what that is. China, communism. What are we going to be? So into that vacuum comes the decision point for all of humanity, and especially Americans. Because this moment isn't just about geopolitics. This is truly about who sets the table and the agenda for the next 100 years. Who's it going to be? A global government? The Chinese government? AI, some technocratic government? Or the American government? This, like it or not, we are in a war. I've been saying we're in a war.
I've been saying that.
You just don't
Thank you, Glenn. I've been saying that. Damn it, I've been saying that for I don't know how long, y'all. All who have been following what's going on in the war zone, I have been saying that. I have been saying that. I didn't even know Glenn was going to say that. I didn't even know he was going to say that. I've been saying, I'm telling you people, we are in a war. Some of you people might think that I'm being too harsh. Some of you people might think that I'm speaking too boldly about these people. Some of you might think that it's bigotry. So, no, it's not that. It's not about color. It's not about any of that. It's not about anybody's ethnic group. It's about whether you are American or you're not right now, because it is war. It is time to separate all the way. It is war, people. I've been telling you that. You don't get it. You're about to start seeing what's going on, but it's war time here in America. I know we have been reading a lot about what's going on in the books, the books that we have read about in history and what's gone on in the past regarding our military measures. It's time now, dear people. Wake up. We got to pull out your military gene. It's in you. It's all in your DNA. You have ancestors who have got up and fought. Okay? You don't play around. Let's go. He said, I'm sorry to break it to you.
This truly about who sets the table and the agenda for the next 100 years. Who's it going to be? A global government? The Chinese government? AI, some technocratic government? Or the American government?
Right.
This, like it or not, we are in a war. I've been saying we're in World War III for a while. You just don't realize it yet.
And I just said that too.
Differently. Hopefully,
what the freak? Hey yo, y'all. Hey yo, hold up, man. Hold up. He's white. I'm black. Bro, we talking about the same thing. I'm telling you. I promise you. I did not listen to this. I heard literally the first few seconds of this. Maybe the first minute. I was listening to this. And I like what Beck said, because he had a certain point that I want to touch on when he was talking about the Islamists coming in here. Other than that, I didn't know what he said after that. The man is saying everything that I'm saying. I just said, you might not notice that we are in a war, but I said, you're going to realize this. This is a war. And and if you haven't been studying warfare, you won't know, you won't know what the build up to war. Right? War doesn't just happen abruptly. It's a buildup. It's a buildup. And we are in a thick of the buildup. I mean, the buildup to a hot, fantastic war. Okay? And I'm talking about an extravagant war. I'm sorry that I have to say it like that. I don't want us to be in a war, but I can tell you this. I'd rather be on the American side if we had to go to war with all of these damn countries there, people. I tell you that. I tell you that. Smack that like button. If you running with America, if you're running with America, smack that like button. Let me see a USA in the comment section because we standing up. We are standing up. They're trying to play around with us. You can't play around with an American. You can't trick an American. You can't trick us. Our government can't. Our government been trying to trick us for a very, very long time, and it's very hard. They go on and just do what they want to do. They have to steal votes. The government, they know what they're doing. Donald Trump. I'm glad that Donald Trump in there. Black man, if you're in there and you're speaking against Donald Trump, let me privy you this. Let me preface you this. You do remember that we were screaming in the 90s, 80s, that the elections were rigged. We've been known that. That's why the black people in mass pretty much do not vote in these elections. Because we know, we've learned. You remember, we've learned from Kerry. We've learned from many people. We've learned from Al Gore, right? We've learned. Blacks were like, man, I ain't voting no more, man. Our vote don't count. Now you have the most recognizable white man in the world, Donald Trump, screaming, these people over here in America is committing election fraud. Us in the black community, we always knew that. But it's so blacks, you should be happy. This is happening. You don't hear the Democrats saying, "Oh, we have an election fraud." You should be happy about this. This should be a point of emphasis: election fraud. Your boy Maduro was allegedly assisting in the election fraud. Why are you okay with that? Damn it! Oh, Lazy Prodigy, thank you so much for the $40 gas for the tank. Thank you so much. Lazy Prodigy said, do not stop. I still got my gloves on. Whoa. Black Christian American. I stand with you. USA first. That's what I'm talking about. We not playing around. We got our gloves on. Think we not playing? You think we playing around with these Muslims over here that want to come throw us off out? We don't mess with nobody. Us Christians, we don't mess with nobody over here. You call the Christians delusional. You say, oh, you shouldn't do this. Especially the black Christians. Oh, you stupid for being a black Christian. Jesus is not white. He's black and all of this. But none of my Christians bother you. Leave them alone. If they want to believe that, why are you upset? Leave them alone. They're not bothering nothing like these jihadist maniacs. They're not bothering nobody. But we have these jihadist invader traders coming up in here attempting to inflict Sharia law on our nation. Boy, we not with that. We not with that. That'll be the day. Ain't no Arab beating no black man. No damn black man. Ain't no beating no white man here in America, baby. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. None of you vatos is beating us neither. You vatos, nah, it's gonna always take about 20 of you damn vatos to take down one of us black men. Yeah, we already know how y'all giving it up. Okay? We already know. We not playing around with you damn people. We are not playing around with you damn people. Not whatsoever. Okay? Okay? That is a fact. Thank you so much, Lazy Prodigy. We are on them. Thank you so much, Lazy Prodigy, playing these damn. They're trying to steal from your children, Lazy Prodigy, and your children's children. We're leaving our children here to fight with the illegal immigrant invader traders. Why would we do that? We're going to leave our babies to fight them politically and possibly physically. Why would we do that? What sense does this make? This is it's just alarming. And if you're a black, again, there's only 43 million blacks here. Blacks, 43 million of my precious blacks. When you have everybody in the whole world against my black people, it's only 43 million of us. There's 180 million migrants here in America, and they are all anti-black. They're all, with the exception of a few who are attached to our foundational Black American families, right? With the exception of a few. But for the most part, their culture is anti-black. Even if they grew up in the FBA culture, yes, they are under our banner and under our culture, understanding how to live and not be hateful to any other group, because we're not even taught that in our group. We're not even taught to hate white people. We're taught to we don't like cops coming over, doing the most. That's what we don't like. That's really a lot we don't like. We'll talk to a white man. Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You saw those Cowboys get their ass kicked? Yeah, I see that. Yeah, we'll talk. You know what I mean? We'll kick it with our white boys. White boys will kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? But we're not kicking it with these Arabs who's plotting on us, quiet around us all the time, talking in their own languages. We're tired of that. We don't want you people around us no more, speaking in languages we cannot understand. That is absurd. Go back to where you're supposed to be speaking that. That would make more sense. We don't want that. You're making us feel uncomfortable now. I tell you, I was talking to a Spanish guy, me and him talking, then his friend come over, he's Spanish. We all talking English now. Then all of a sudden, them two start talking Spanish. I'm like, I mean, what's going on here? What's going on? What's happening here? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We tired of the games, bro. Nah, we tired of the games, bro. My Americans are standing up together, man.
Any worse than this? We're in the fourth industrial revolution. What that means is AI, quantum computing, advanced manufacturing, all of it is going to determine who leads the world. And it is critical. Whoever gets to AI first wins.
Period.
This is not about speeches, not about summits. There's
period. Whoever gets to AI first wins. And luckily, President Trump just signed an executive order to do just that. So let's rock and roll. We're not playing around. Let's go.
Not about climate panels. This is all about resources, energy, capital, supply chains, data. I know I already said energy, but let me just say it in a different way. Power.
Power.
That's the battlefield.
Power.
That's what we're playing for. BRICS, the nations, Brazil, India, and the other ones, what they know is they understand that this is a play for the entire world. China, Russia, Iran, Venezuela, Nigeria, India, all of them know not one of them can challenge the United States. But together they can if America continues to decline.
Right.
And that's what we've lived under George W. Bush, under Barack Obama, under Joe Biden.
Did I not just say that?
Declining America, and they were.
Did I not just say that? I was just saying that before you said that.
Managing the decline of America. That's why.
I was just saying that. We were screaming about Bush. Come on, bro.
You have been taught for the last 40 years that America is not that special. It's not that great. Because they need you to lose faith in America to be able to have it decline and you not to pitch a hissy fit.
Right.
So they could collapse it into something else. Their stated goal is not a multipolar world.
Serious dictation was driving me crazy, so I switched to whisper flow. Here's why I'll never go back. First off,
it's not freedom, it's not liberty, but it's a world where no one nation can stop the elites, where the dollar is dethroned, the authoritarian system, whatever it is, flourishes under the cover of balance of power. So we've been putting all those pieces into place. Our government, our congressmen, our senators, our presidents have been saying one thing to our face, but they've been putting all of these things into place for the last 50 years, especially in the last 20 years. This has just been accelerated, and they've been putting it into place and building this system piece by piece, year after year. And then Trump came back. The first time they had to destroy him because they knew he doesn't view the world that way. He doesn't view America that way. He views it differently. He believes America is a special place and needs its own place at the table.
And I do too.
They had to destroy him. They thought they were going to keep him out of office. They didn't. And in that 4 years between 20 and 24, he figured a lot out. I mean, I am amazed at what I am seeing. You can disagree with it. But just like I said with the progressive movement that took 100 years to put in place, I have said someday people will study this and go, look at the brilliance of this plan. Look at how they just dismantled the entire West. It is brilliant. It's evil, but it's brilliant. Let me say the same thing. I don't know who the advisors are that he's listening to. I don't know if he just woke up in the middle of the night and he's like, no, this is the way it is. I don't know. But we're going to look back at this time, assuming that it works, and we're going to say, that was brilliant. Do you know that because of Venezuela, we don't need the oil? I'm going to get into this here in a second. We don't need the oil.
We don't need the oil.
Do you know that this is the first time since FDR that the world's resources are now back under American
It's back. America back, baby.
control, but in friendly
America
territory?
is back, baby. This is what we're trying to tell you. These people are in panic mode all over the world. We are really seriously back. Again, oh, it's all about the oil. Oh, you don't even know what you're talking about. Shut up. We already had oil. We were not pressed for oil. We were not stressing for oil. We were not stressing. Yes, we could have used more oil, yes, but we were not stressing. We just did $1 trillion deal with Saudi Arabia. We have 45 billion barrels of reserves. Okay, we were not stressing. Okay, America is back. Whether you like that or not, in the chat. Smack that like button if you running with the tank. Smack that like button if you running with Warzone. Subscribe to the channel. We're not playing around over here. This is different over here. Politics made simple. We're not playing around over here. Let's rock and roll on these fools.
Corey, that we're the ones that, you know, that this is the first time here. Okay, this time, assuming that it works. And we're going to say, that was brilliant. Do you know that because of Venezuela, we don't need the oil? I'm going to get into this here in a second. We don't need the oil. Do you know that this is the first time since FDR that the world's resources are now back under American...
It's back.
Not control, but
it's
friendly
back, baby. It can't be that. Take that out of
we're the ones
we Americans.
Not just our oil, but the resources. I think it's 50 or 60% of the resources now around the world are now dominant. It wasn't like that 2 years ago. A year ago, it wasn't like that.
Let's
so
go.
I want to go over. I put a chalkboard up, and if you're watching us,
it wasn't like that a year ago.
You'll see.
He's not going to get no damn World War III started. Len. Lynn Angel, he not gonna get no World War III started. Them damn Democrat leftists was about to get it started with us. We was about to start the Civil War up fast if Trump wouldn't have got up in there this time around. You crazy? These leftist maniacs. Yeah, it's gonna be a war. It has to be a world war at some point. All right, because we can't allow the grip that has been bogging down the Americans in the American society for all of these years. Something has to give. There will be bloodshed for a revolution. You don't have no damn Mahatma Gandhi peaceful talks and everybody just lay down their arms and lay down all of their fantastic ideas for their said nation. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. It just don't. It just don't. All right. We are focused right now. It's wartime. We are focused right now.
Iran, they're all connected.
Exactly.
All of these things are connected. And if somebody tells you this is all about the oil, listen to them because it is. But I don't know if they understand what they're even saying about that, and I'll explain it.
No, they don't understand.
Dominic, it wasn't like that 2 years ago. A year ago, it wasn't like that.
All right. It's about the oil to a certain extent. We don't want to allow our adversaries and their friends and their buddies to get in on and collude, taking up the natural resources from our backyard, using it on us. We don't want that. So on that note, it is about the oil. On that note, let's rock and roll on them. Smack that like button on these Muslim invaders. Smack that like button on these cartels who's attempting to come into our way of life and attempt to dumb us down to a third world society. Smack that like button. We're not having that. You won't be dumbing our damn people down, lighting our American people, lighting them on fire in these subway systems. You see what's going on over there in New York City right now. Don't act like you see what's going on. Damn people everywhere drugged up out their mind. You have the safe injections centers out there in New York City. They have 2 right now where you can go into these safe injection spots, literally shoot up. But this is the thing. You don't come in with your own product. If the product is supplied by the particular center. Okay, so they have the heroin, they have the crack cocaine for you. They even mix it for you. They call that a speedball. They'll even mix it for you. Okay, and guess who's paying for that? The taxpayers. That's the funny thing. And guess who wants to expand on that? Your boy Mayor Mondani in New York City. We are at war, dear people. The plan is to drug infest our communities. Okay, to destabilize our communities, get everybody hooked on drugs as possible. Okay, let's rock and roll. You don't get it. Let's roll.
Okay, so I want to go over. I put a chalkboard up, and if you're watching us at glennbeck.com, you'll see Venezuela, China, Iran. They're all connected. All of these things are connected. And if somebody tells you this is all about the oil, listen to them. Because it is, but I don't know if they understand what they're even saying about that, and I'll explain in a second. If they're saying, well, this is about drugs, okay, this is about terror, this is about the hemisphere, this is about the U.S. military and the war machine. Yes, to all of those things.
Right.
So let me pull them apart.
Exactly.
First of all, right now, Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves on Earth.
On Earth.
303 billion barrels.
And now we got it now.
That's $17+ trillion at the current market value. They also claim about 8,000 to 10,000 tons of gold that is still in ground. Okay. Now here's the part you're not being told. With all of that oil, we don't need the oil. Have you noticed the gas prices? They keep coming down. We don't need the oil. We need to pull the oil out of the ground ourselves, which we are. We need to refine it ourselves, which we are. China needs the oil. China buys 60 to 90% of all of exports. China also buys 85 to 90%.
FOFA. FOFA. Somebody put FOFA in the chat. Freak around and find out. FAFO. Let's go. FAFO in the chat.
All of the oil from Iran. China also buys nearly half of all Russian oil. What's happening right now? Well,
so if they're buying, I mean, what was the numbers? 30%? 30% Glenn Beck? What was it, Glenn Beck? It's over 100 of you in the chat. Smack that like button.
We don't need the oil. Have you noticed the gas prices? They keep coming down. We don't need the oil. We need to pull the oil out of the ground ourselves, which we are. We need to refine it ourselves, which we are. China needs the oil. China buys 60 to 90% of all of Venezuela's crude exports. China also buys 85 to 90% of all of the oil from Iran.
Damn.
China also buys nearly half of all Russian oil. What's happening right now? Well, 60 to 90% of all of the exports from Venezuela now not going to China. How is China going to be able to power all of their electricity needs? How are they going to do that if they don't get oil from Venezuela? Oh, and what else has been destabilized this weekend? Iran. They buy 85 to 90% of all of the oil in Iran, and those are huge oil reserves as well. So when people say this isn't about oil, or this is about oil, the argument goes back and forth. No, it's not about oil. We don't need it. No, it absolutely is about oil, but not for us. This is about Donald Trump, again, playing to win the long game. You're not going to have any of the oil from Western allies. Not going to happen. We don't need you to win because you have all of the energy. You're not going to do it. We need the energy. The West needs the energy, and you're not pulling it out of our hemisphere. Okay, if Iran and Venezuela fall at the same time, China loses 70% of its non-U.S. regulated oil supply. 70%. What else does that mean besides AI?
What else?
You lose 70% of your oil from that's non-U.S. You lose 70%. What else can't you do?
Damn.
So I quit my job and started buying
Somebody
because I didn't know.
Somebody put Ching Chong in the chat. Somebody put Ching Chong in the chat. It is somebody put Ching. It is about almost $1.50 of my great Americans in the chat. Smack that like button if you like where you at here in America. What the freak is going on? You see what's going on. You see the lineup. You see these people plotting all over America. Somebody put Ching Chong in the chat. Oh my goodness. China, you are done. You done effed around and found out. China is livid right now. No wonder I came across their scathing response to the Maduro capture. China gave a scathing response. But the thing is, China can't do anything about it. China militarily cannot do anything to defend. They can't do anything to defend their investment. China invested the most money out of any country that they have invested into Venezuela. Ain't that something? Well, ain't life grand? Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Okay. Okay. This is unbelievable, man. This is unbelievable. For real. You can't make this stuff up. You mean to tell me? So, okay. So if you look right here, right down at the bottom right here, you see the United States right here. You see the United States right here, right? But if you look lower, right, you see Cuba right here, right? Cuba right here. And then what do you have right here? You have Puerto Rico right here, right? Now China is on the other side. You can't see China right now. You can see China. China is right here. China is right here. Okay. Now, China militarily cannot do nothing because guess where now you see where Puerto Rico is at, right? Puerto Rico is right here, right? Yo, that is just too funny, yo. Too funny. It's too funny. So check this out. Check this out. That's our troops. That's our troops coming in. That's our troops coming on in. Okay, but where are they? Where did they go?
Tensions rising.
There you go. Military buildup. Where's that at? Military buildup. Spotted in Puerto Rico as tensions with Venezuela escalate. Okay? They are not playing around right now, okay? They are not playing around right now. Them boys is back. Okay? Yo, look at they looking pretty too. Look at them birds. Look at them birds right there looking pretty as I don't know what. Stationed right now. They done went over there and parked in Puerto Rico. I showed you on the map what was going on with Puerto Rico. I showed you what was going on with Puerto Rico and the proximity to Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Puerto Rico, that's why you were strategic. You know, your positioning is strategic to us, so we had to come over there and then you know, put our clamp down on Puerto Rico too. We had to take that at some point. You know, and I see why. China, y'all not coming over here. Y'all not getting past Puerto Rico. y'all not getting past Puerto Rico, dog. Nah, we ain't with it. We ain't with it. Yeah. China is right there. Yeah, China. There go China. No, take y'all Mongolia asses back. There go Mongolia. There go Russia. These niggas got this whole side of the hemisphere. Y'all gonna stay and keep y'all asses over there. And we have what? We have Puerto Rico right here. Right here. Yeah. We just put a lot of birds over there. Hell, for the Maduro takedown, we sent about 200 troops over there. $150 to 200 troops. Okay, and we have more. We have more. Okay, we are not playing around. But this is very important. I want Greenland bad. I want and I know we're gonna get it. I mean, but now we have to fight with Denmark, and here's Denmark right here. This is Denmark. So Denmark acts as if that's their colony. Denmark is over here. Denmark is right here. There go Denmark. But they want to act like they protecting Greenland. They want to act like this is their colony, Denmark. Trump said just because, a couple of men came over there with some boats don't make it yours. He said don't make it yours. He said we landed with boats over there too. Greenland is ours. We're taking Greenland. We're taking Greenland. And I won't be mad if we have to take Iceland either. Looking at the map now, I won't be mad if we have to take Iceland neither. Make that our drone center or something. Put something nice and elaborate there, because this is our hemisphere. Okay, y'all, you need to stay on this side. Y'all stay on this side. We kicking all of these illegal aliens out back to this side. Get out. And southern and down below us right here. Okay, we are tired of that. Look at the proximity to the United States with Greenland. We need that. We want to protect all of this. You have your boy Jin Kun-hoon, the leader for North Korea, who was busting off shots right after Maduro was taken. He sent missiles over towards Japan, showing that they have hypersonic missiles now that will change directions and can reach Japan now and reach our U.S. bases over there in Japan. We are not playing around with these people. Okay? Don't play around with these people. But listen, we're bringing the news on what is going on right now, at the same time breaking down what is making sense. And this right here, my friends, makes sense. If you want to look at it, if we're going for the win, you're going to have to put your nice side to the side right now. Okay? We need Greenland. We needed Venezuela. We needed Venezuela for their oil to cripple China, to help cripple Russia, to help cripple Iran and these Muslims. Okay? That is earth-shattering. Secretary of Defense Calvin and Hobbes, do you hear me? That's earth-shattering, groundbreaking to these Muslims. Do you know what that just did to these Muslims? Do you know what that just did to these Muslims? It really, really hurt these Muslims. Even though a lot of these Muslims have their own oil and their own oil reserves, Saudi Arabia, but they don't be spreading the loves like they should. And not only that, Iran is still involved in conflict with Israel. So they are using up a lot of their oil on top of the embargo that we already have on Iran. Iran is damn looking for oil also. Okay, this cripples this jihadist network. Going for this, that was the key. Going for Venezuela, and we now are in full. We have the full weight of quarantine power over the whole epicenter of their oil reserves. I cannot believe we grabbed those 300 billion barrels of oil that we need for our generations to come. But we don't need that. Like they said, we have that. But for our generations to come, for the leverage, we crippled our enemies. This was big, big time, kill shot. And you're going to tell me, and yes, we're breaking this all down. If you want to go for the win, you're in line with this. If you want to go for the win. Now we want Cuba. We need all of these damn states. We have Puerto Rico right here on on the outskirts. We need all of these damn little islands, and because these people want to bring war from this damn side, right on this side. They want to bring their damn carnage. We're right now damn delineating from the EU right now. We are in conflict right now with the EU. Why? Because Greenland is a part of NATO. Greenland is a part of NATO because Denmark is a part of NATO. Denmark is right here. Here go Denmark. This is Denmark right here. Talking about ally, talking about that's your man. We are taking that little their people. 57,000 people. And it's really and that's from it's really more close to from the Greenland people is really close to 29,000, 26,000 of them. And the rest of them are people from other nations. Are you crazy? We're taking that, bro. We going for the win. We got to cut this all right down the middle. We got to slice this right down the middle. We need control of these seas. You have Russia and China right now with their boats floating right here. Floating right here. Well, guess where the United States is at? Right here. United States right here. Russia and China be floating their boats right up in here. And right down here. Because of Venezuela. When Venezuela was right here. Venezuela is right here. Right down there. All right. Look, you got New York, Washington. Look. We got Montreal. You got Quebec up there. Damn, Quebec is huge. All right. You have this, the Newfoundland, and whatever that is. Okay. But this is where Russia and China likes to operate. Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to stop. Yep. These damn people are all the way to freak over here. Hold on. Look what China is at. China is all the way over here on this side. China all the way over here on this side. And we're all the way over here. Somebody make that make sense. Somebody make that make sense. We need that. We need that. We need that. Nah, man. We need that, man. Nah, we're going for the win. We are going for the win. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Tensions rising in the Caribbean, a show of I can help anyone. No matter.
Taiwan. You certainly can't have a war with Taiwan. You can't have AI dominance. There's no BRICS reserve currency. So just on the oil front, absolutely it's about oil, but not the way everybody, oh, that's because Exxon's going to get rich. No, because if you shut down the oil, no war in Taiwan because they don't have the energy to do it. No AI dominance because they won't have the energy to do it.
Right.
And no BRICS currency.
Right.
Game over.
Game over.
For now.
Okay, we'll think about it.
That's why this matters. And that's only one piece of this. Here's what Marco Rubio said over the weekend. We don't need Venezuelans' oil. We're not going to allow, what we're not going to allow, however, is for the oil industry in this hemisphere to be controlled by adversaries of the United States. Is that imperialism?
Well said. No, it ain't, man. Forget the, we don't care right now. Right about now, we don't care if you call it imperialism right now. Right about now, we don't care. Okay? If you going for the win, let me see you throw a win in the comment section. We don't care right now. Right now, we don't care. If you don't care, say we don't care in the comment section right now. Because we're not caring right now. We just seen with the last 5 years, we just seen what was going on with Biden. We don't care right now. Okay? Not in our backyard. That's what D.O. Lake people said. Not in our backyard. And D.O. Lake people said, we don't care. That's right. I thought I was the only one. Smack that like button there, people. We're not playing around with these damn embassies.
Is that the defense of the hemisphere? I want you to know, and we'll talk about this later, because I think we have a George AI today after the show. I think we'll talk to Jason about this. I think George AI is going to talk about act of war and what the founders thought about foreign entanglements and everything else. But we can argue about the constitutionality of what Donald Trump did.
Moonscape.
Does he have the right to do it? Well,
Miss Mockingbird, what's up, Miss?
I don't know.
How you doing, love?
I think he does. I don't necessarily like it, but I also don't like the fact that Congress would have to be involved on short-term things. The way it's generally been played is I think it's 30 or 45 days he can go in and do something in defense of the country, and then they have to approve any ongoing things with 30 or 45 days. And I'm kind of comfortable with that. But we can argue about that. There's strict constitutionalists who say absolutely not. And you know what? You might be right. There are other people who say, no, he has the right. And you know what? I have a harder time believing that, no, he can do whatever he wants. That's not true. But we can argue.
Calvin ripping the shreds, Calvin. Calvin said, release those Muhammad files. Don't be talking about no other files. Release those Muhammad files. And Aisha, let's go. Let's rock and roll.
About it. What you cannot argue about is if you say you're America first. This isn't America first. This is absolutely America first. This is the most America first thing I have ever seen. Notice another thing. Trump is not just confronting our enemies. He's stealing alliances. The UAE don't like a lot of the stuff in the Middle East. But notice they're not being bombed. They're being courted. Why? Why? Because power flows through relationships, not just weapons. This is all about blocking Iran, China, and Russia. More on this going deeper in just a second.
You see what's going on. You see what's going on. You see the moves they trying to put on your Americans. You see that. You see these Islamic jihadists. You see these Islamic. Oh yeah, he on it. I'm glad he was on it. I'm glad he was on it. You see these people. We're not with that any longer. We're not with it any longer. We're not with it any longer. We ready to rumble now. We got our gloves. We ready to rumble now. We got our American gloves on. You know what I mean? We stay with them. We stay with them things in the closet too. We have them gloves on though too. Okay? We're not gonna play around with y'all. We're not gonna play around with y'all. Okay? We are not playing. We're not here to play here in America. Greenland must be ours. Okay? Venezuela must be neutralized. Okay? Cuba must be neutralized. Okay? Because they have strategic positioning in which we actually need. And why not go after the Bloods and the Crips that's in control of these countries? These are gang leaders in control of these countries. Gang leaders. Picture the Bloods taking over the USA. Can you picture that? Can you picture the Bloods going into the president's office? Let's say they took it over. Would you like that? Would you like the Bloods to run all policy, or maybe even suspend all political policy here in America? Would you want that? Well, guess what? That's what these dictators do. That's what these dictators do. These dictators are gangs, and they're fighting other gangs for control and power, not allowing the people to have a true democracy, stealing elections. This is extremely common for these type people, if they even have elections in their particular countries. We are very, very lucky to have a democracy here in America. We are so lucky to have been born in this era, not the era of the making of America, because it was very, very brutal on both sides of black and white to make this great nation of America. Okay? So we're not trying to hear what you people are doing. You people talk about you came over here, built America, and your homeland is looking very, very shabby. Your homeland is looking like bedrock, looking like Fred Flintstone is over there hanging out. Okay? We are tired of you people coming in with your third world Fred Flintstone, damn Muslim, damn three-quarter damn dresses that your men like to wear with their kufis on their head. We're tired of that. Speaking no English and attempting to harm my beautiful, great, outstanding, innovative Americans. That's what we got going on here. We're tired of that. We're tired of playing around with you people. We're tired of talking nice to you people. We're tired of turning off Trump if you come into our establishment and we have it on the TV. We're tired of that. We're tired of playing around with you people. You people are not playing around with us, so we must cut off all circulation. I'm so glad on the allies that we are picking up with the Towhead clan over there. I'm glad that we are forming new alliances over there with the UAE. So shout out to the UAE. I'm glad we're forming an alliance with Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia will neutralize the likes of Yemen, will neutralize the likes of Iran. We just gave Saudi Arabia a good amount of our F-35s, in which they have been attempting to acquire through numerous ways of acquisition from America for the last 20 some odd years. Okay. President Trump just finally gave them some F-35s, okay, so they can have put some birds in the sky so we can burn these men over there in Islam walking around with their three-quarter dresses on over here, getting after the people that wear, different colors and, mad at them. But they're walking around with three-quarter dresses on. So I just don't understand. That's the only thing I'm saying. You don't like, these Muslims don't like the LGBT, but yet they want to vote Democrat, right? Why are these Muslims voting Democrat? Okay, what is going on with that? What's up with that conspiracy? Why are they voting Democrat? Okay, you see these Somalis just getting that work. President Trump giving these Somalis that work. Yes, giving them that work. What a great fall from the top. I mean, goodness gracious, Tim Walz just bowed out. We put that American pressure on these people. We're not playing around. We put that great American pressure on these people over here committing all of this treason, smoozing with the Africans, smoozing with the Ethiopians, rubbing shoulders with the Nigerians over here tossing their damn chin up to my beautiful, innovative, great move shaking Black Americans, just pissing me off. Then you have these white liberals clinging on to these immigrants, buck dancing for these immigrants. You have that mayor over there in Minnesota, liberal white mayor, buck dancing for these immigrants. You have these liberal white blacks over here creating this nasty stain for Black America. That's just got to go. Created that whole DEI program. It's just so nasty, and the damn blacks don't even benefit from the whole DEI program. The Black Americans, they were only receiving 1% of damn funds that was actually coming in. They were not receiving no big time jobs and things like that. They were at the bottom of the barrel with everything when it came to DEI, when it came to that whole diversity equity program. Okay, using my people struggle to create DEI, and all of you people just jumping on our boat and never giving us a damn thing, never trying to give us no recognition. In fact, turning around telling my people we did nothing, we're lazy. When we created this microphone, when my people created the cell phone, when my people, the Black Americans, created that in which you sit down, you like to type. We created that. Oh yes, we created that. I don't want to get into all of that and what we created, but we are innovators and movers and shakers over here. We don't just sit around and play around with the dirt piles like you people like to do in your third world nation, coming over here screaming at Americans, waving your damn Somali flags in front of our great capital here in America, waving your damn Latino flags over here in America when you should be in your Latino world waving your damn Latino flag. I don't understand what the hell is going on with these people nowadays. I don't know. The delusion just has been on 100,000 billion nowadays. I just don't understand. I've never seen nothing like this in my life with you damn delusional people. You've been born into a state of delusion and then still somehow can't find your way out. So such a shame. But we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray to God that God helps you people find your way out. There are some Muslims that found their way out. There are some ex-Muslims who have found their way out. There are some Muslims who have found their way out. I ain't trying to hear that. Y'all grown. Y'all should be able to pop up out of that mindset. Come on up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Arwood. Michelle Arrowwood. I hope I said that. Michelle Arrowwood, thank you so much for the gift, Michelle Arrowwood. Thank you so much for the cash, for the gas, for this tank right here in the war zone. We're not playing around. We got to give it to them how we supposed to. We are American. When it's wartime, it's on time. When it's wartime, It's on time, and it's wartime. You see what they're doing. We're showing you what they're doing. We don't play around over here. We're not no bootlickers over here. We don't do that. As you can see, I don't come from the loins of the bootlickers. I'm not doing that. I don't come from the loins of the house Negroes. I'm not doing that. But right now, we're standing up. Blacks are standing up. Whites are standing up. Black Americans are standing up. White Americans are standing up. We're standing on business. That is the mantra here in 2026. Standing on business. And that's what we are doing here in America. We are not going to get pushed back by allowing you people to call us racist over here. Well, if we're racist, damn it, we need to start acting like it over here in America. If we're racist over here in America, people, well, we need to start acting like it. We can't allow these people to constantly keep calling us racist when we let these people come in from their damn Fred Flintstone movie theaters that they came from. You know, they're sitting on toilets and their toilets are made of rocks out there in Haiti. You know, we know what's going on. We see what's going on. Your showers don't have any ceilings. Your showers are outside. We see what's going on in Haiti. We see that. But you want to come over here and you want to talk down on my people. You want to come over here and talk down on my, oh, your people didn't do that. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all lazy. Y'all lazy, right? Right? They lazy, right? That's what you told me though. But I didn't know. I didn't know they made that. Yeah. We did that. We did that. We get it down over here in America. We big time over here in America. Oh yeah, the black man created the skyscraper. Black man created the first skyscraper. Just to let you know that. Black man also created the technology to build the skyscraper. Oh, just want to let you know that. Just want to let you know that, just in case you didn't know that. But it's all good. We're not going to get into history. But again, there's a lot of tethers and a lot of non-Americans that don't know this stuff. They really don't know this stuff. So I got to let them know blacks wasn't over here just sitting on their ass, even while in tremendous bondage, even while being prisoners of war. You know, even through all of that, we still came up, still have the dignity right now, and we still went over there and kicked your Mexican asses. Oh yes, President Donald Trump gave the black American, gave us our props, gave us our credit on telling you people that we went over there to Mexico and we kicked your tail over there in Mexico. Oh yes, for that Mexican war. That was the black people that went over there and kicked your tail. We didn't play no damn games. We was highly organized. You should do the research. You know, I bet you never did the research because it don't really interest you like that. You know, especially the people that lost. Why would they do any type of research on that? You need to do the research on that so you can see what's going on. Blacks don't play over here in America. And the whites, you know, you know what I love about the whites? The whites know that we are the secret sauce over here. We will not play around. You get the black one. Once the blacks get on it, it's on. That's why my boy Donald Trump has been activating us lately. He's been activating the black warriors, not the black bourgeoisie, not the black boule, not the black betas. We don't want those. We're tired of those. We let y'all sit in power for a very, very long time. God was waiting for me to be born and understand and be able to conceptualize what is going on in my state, in my world, in my nation, in my country, what is happening politically. So I'm here now. You are here now, and we are marching. We are stomping. They want to call us racist over here in America. So damn it, we need to start acting like it. It's going to release you of all of your stress. We can't play around. These people are enemy. It's not that. These people are enemy. We are ethical over here in America. For the most part, we're not damn third worldish. We don't go around looking to hurt try to explode 4 blocks at a time of people who had nothing to do with our beefs. We don't do that. Muslims love doing that. That's the Muslim thing. That's that Muslim gang over there from Islam. That's that Muslim gang over there from Islam. What's that set? They got a whole bunch of sets over there in Islam. They got a whole bunch of sets in Islam. They want to come over here and try to play us like we don't know what it is. You know, I respect the cartels more than Islam because the cartels, at least they tell you they're a POS. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you they're a POS. They don't give a damn. They'll pull out those things and they ready to make it rain. But you Muslims, you want to come under the cloak of religion. All right, that is nasty, nasty work. Okay, it's just nasty. Okay, I don't like it. You need to expel it. If not expel it, you will be expelled. You will be removed. We are not playing over here in America with any of you. You see all of these damn Muslim babies walking around, and seriously, you see them with their little hats on, with their little kufi hats on. That person is being raised to be an enemy to your son, to be an enemy to your daughter. That boy is being raised to be an enemy to you. That girl here is being raised to be an enemy to you. That girl here that's Muslim, she's being raised to get into politics and scream at your son and your daughter, and she can't even do that and back in her own hometown, in her own homeland. She can't do that. These Muslims can't scream in their homeland. These Muslim women cannot protest back in their own homeland. We can't allow this. We won't allow this, especially when we are understanding what their agenda is. We know what their agenda is, and it's thanks to these leftist maniac Democrats, and we are not allowing that no more. I don't give a damn. I don't care if you don't like me. If I'm black, I don't care if you don't like me. If you're white and you don't like me because I'm black, I don't care. Right now, it's the time to kick ass. It's time to kick non-American ass. Okay, and white people, all of the white people who didn't know that this is a black man's country, didn't know that this is my country. If you really didn't know, we're going to find out when it comes to recognizing that 14th Amendment, when the Supreme Court denaturalized all of these damn people that's not supposed to be here. And another thing, the Native Americans are in court. Right now, the senators have Donald Trump in court also. Why? Because Donald Trump has been sending the Native Americans to Siberia. He has been sending them to Siberia, getting them out of here. Ask me why, I don't know. Ask me why, I do know why. I do know why. Ask me why, I won't lie. But I ain't going to tell you that right now. I'm not going to get into all that right now. Okay? We want to put some straightening down. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can we put some straightening down? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. We know what we have to fight for. We will not allow no damn Muslim invader traitor to come up into our ranks and infiltrate our political infrastructure or be on our streets. We're ready to take the gloves off on you damn people. We're ready. Don't talk nice to these people. They're not thinking nice on you. They're congregating in their mosques and they're plotting on true Americans in their mosques, in their military outposts, because those are none more than military outposts. They're mosques. You American, you're not even allowed in their mosque. You can go into a Christian church. You can go into a Christian church, sit in the back, don't say nothing, and nobody will bother you. Okay? As a matter of fact, they'll show you love. You want something to eat, baby? You want something to eat, baby? You hungry? We have some food downstairs in the basement. You want something to eat, baby? That's how we do over here in America. But you people in your mosque, oh no. You people in your mosque, You people won't allow us in there. You people got a problem with us coming up into our American buildings. Okay, we're not trying to end it on our American soil. You're trying to ice us out. No, how about this? You're getting iced out. We're sending ice your way. Okay, ice is coming your way to a city near you. Okay, we ready to rock and roll over here. I'm ready to knee somebody in the groin. I'm ready to knee a non-American right in his groin. It just make me want to knee somebody right in their groin. We're not playing tonight. We're not playing. We don't never play. But it ain't time to play tonight because it is war. I've been telling you for weeks. We are in war. I've been telling you for weeks. We are in war. Don't act like I haven't been telling you for weeks. We weren't in war. You're seeing it now. You're seeing it now. You're feeling it now. Now you're understanding. Now I know my talks with you are not feeling so stingy. I know my talk with you are not feeling so rough. When you understand the dynamics of what's truly going on in this war and in this power game, you will seal your lips when it comes to what Donald Trump and our American people are doing right now. We are stomping right now. This is an American stomp. Like the New York Giants, we're gonna stomp all of them out, baby. We're not playing around over here. You saw that great American blitz. You saw that great American blitz. You saw that great American blitz. Went and took that president from off of his took that president from office real quick. We don't play around. Took him right up out of there. Went up, took him up out of the presidential palace. We don't play no damn games. Okay, we don't play no damn games. And what you thought? What you thought? What you thought? You know how we built that up from our innovation, from our great motivation as Americans. Okay, we are innovators. Okay, but we are strong. We are tigers. We are eagles over here. We are lions over here. We don't play no games over here. That's the American spirit. That's the American people. Those tanks that you see, the armaments, the long range ballistic missiles, all of that, that's the great American fighter power spirit, baby. All right, all of you, if you have any of these ballistic missiles now, and that's because you somehow stole our patents somehow, and that's what they do. That's how they get down. You know what I'm saying? But we're not playing around over here in America. We're not playing around over here in America. Just wanted you to know. But we are moving on. We are moving on. We are taking back. We are taking back our land and our lands. We're taking back our territory. Okay? And I don't mind that because strategically we need that. Okay? It is strategically vital, okay, that we sustain ourselves for the future. Okay? It's very important.
Joins us now. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us. So a source briefed on the Venezuelan operation told me that a handful of American troops sustained bullet and shrapnel wounds, but none are life-threatening. Can you share with us how serious any injuries to American service members might be, and also any information you can tell us about any Venezuelan civilian casualties?
Yes. Well, let me take the second part first, which is that the overwhelming share of casualties and fatalities that were inflicted were against the Cuban guard that had exerted control over the people of Venezuela. So what many don't realize is that for years, Maduro stayed in power through an illicit deal with Cuban communists to provide his security because he didn't trust his own people to keep him safe. That is how much he was hated inside of Venezuela. So what our special forces encountered when they did that daring midnight assault into Caracas were armed Cuban guards, and they sustained massive numbers of casualties. I can't give you an exact number. The numbers that you've seen in terms of the Cuban guards publicly reported are probably lower than the actual number that were killed. To your first question, no, none of the, at least as I've been briefed, none of the injuries are life-threatening. Everybody is stable. And it just underscores the remarkable skill, precision, courage, and capability of our special forces. And I want to just set the table one more time for your audience. I'm sure you've talked about it at length already, but the United States of America launched an assault force into Venezuelan territory, which has sophisticated air defense systems, which has sophisticated surveillance systems, which has weaponry that they've received that can take out planes and helicopters from our foreign adversaries. They've been stockpiling for years in anticipation of the possibility of such an action. Maduro was staying in a military fortress. In other words, since the United States had started amassing this armada under President Trump's leadership and direction, he'd increasingly narrowed the scope of his own movement, and he was sleeping in a fortress. And so we flew into Caracas. These special forces engaged in direct gunfire, Cuban guards, and every single kill was an enemy kill.
So there were no civilian casualties?
Whether I didn't see any reports.
Arab. Yo, Arab, why you over here mad in the chat? You pissed. Why you over here pissed off? Okay? You mad because we cut off your supply. We cut off your oil supply from Iran. Iran won't be getting no oil from us no more. Won't be getting any oil from our hemisphere no more. You can't get it from over here no more. Okay? Don't get mad at us. Don't get mad at that we just blessed the Saudi government with some birds now, with the F-35s that all of you people have been clamoring for years. Okay? Okay? It is on now. We done gave F-35s to the Saudis. Oh, bro, it is on. That is the black bird. That's the Batman. Who seen the original Batman? Whoever seen the original Batman with Michael Keaton? You remember that bat plane that he had, the bat plane that he used to fly, that used to go up in the sky, was black, looked like a bird in the sky? Well, that's the F-35. It's something like that, but it looked like that. F-35, man. We gave about 20 of those to the Saudi government. Know what I'm saying? We're not playing around with you. And anytime, and know this, anytime we give a government some form of high-level equipment that we normally don't like to dole out like that, right? You better believe we got something way greater, man. We stay a billion times ahead of you damn Arab Muslims. Let's rock and roll. We're not playing around with these damn people. They're not playing around with us. Let's go. Smack them in their head. Get them. Get them. Get them. Don't let any of these jihadist Muslim radicals try to enter our space. You tear them out the frame. You tearing them out the frame, Secretary of Defense Calvin and Hobbies. You tearing them out the frame. I see you. I see you, bro. I see you, bro. I see you, bro, boy. I see you with the American flags. I love it. I see the MAGA. I see Dietery blessings. Deuteronomy. Excuse me. I had to look at that. Deuteronomy blessings. Let's go. I see you, MAGA all day. MAGA all day. We not freaking playing around. I see you, Moonscape. I see you, Moonscape, with the American flag. I see you, Nigel. I see you, Negrified arrow with the Trump all day. Trump tearing them out the frame, bro. Trump tearing them out the frame, bro. And it is not just Trump. It's the American people. It's us allowing him. Just like we said earlier, Trump said he has 93% of the old new political or news apparatus throwing all type of mud on him. And he looked this way. He have about 94% of the news throwing mud on him, but yet he wins in a landslide. How does that happen? What is going on with that? Thank you so much for the gift. Thank you so much for representing the USA. Thank you so much for that gift, Nigel. That's a negrified arrow. If I hope I said that right, no disrespect. We're not playing around on the channel. I'm ready to back smack something. Negrified arrow. I'm ready to back smack something. Cuba is next. Cuba is dead meat. Cuba is dead meat. Do you see that positioning? I showed you their strategic positioning on the map. We have to protect this. We have to protect this. Cuba is damn. If this is the split, and on this side is China and Russia, and they all trying to get on this side, right? Cuba is damn right here. Cuba is right here. We like right here. Nah, Cuba, we on your ass, Nick. We on your ass, Nick. We on your ass, Nick. We not playing around. Let's go. Let's go. It's wartime.
Gunfire battle that took place. Mm-hmm. The point that I'm making to you is no Americans were killed because of the planning, skill, and preparation.
No Americans were killed. No Americans were killed. 80 of the enemy was wounded, and I want to say 20-something or 30 of their soldiers were KIA, killed in action. Let's go. We're not playing around over here in America. Why y'all playing with us? Why y'all playing with us? Tell
massive losses.
Tell them in that
Not
chat.
one of
Tell
our
them in that
ancestors
chat.
lost, not
Smack
one of
that
our
like
people.
button.
So let's talk about what next. Delcy Rodriguez was formally sworn as Venezuela's acting president this afternoon. She was the vice president. She described the U.S. intervention as, quote, without a doubt, Zionist in character, unquote. Is acting President Rodriguez someone that the U.S. can work with?
So the acting president put out a statement. I want to say, Jake, it was
Little lady, you done, little lady.
Pledging cooperation
You
with
done.
the United States, pledging full and complete cooperation.
But they also
with
just passed a law saying that if you supported the operation against outlawing individuals or threatening with criminal penalties individuals if they supported the operation against Maduro. I think they did that today.
Well, the good news
We're not playing, Moonscape.
Nobody inside
We're not
Venezuela
playing.
supported the operation, so it's a law without meaning or effect. Look, Jake, there's going to be some posturing that occurs when a nation has been so thoroughly defeated in this way. The United States
thoroughly embarrassed.
The United States.
Bro, they went in there and took the freaking president, bro, and left everybody else. Who does that? And his wife. Nigga. Dog, we went and took we took the president and his wife and left everybody else. Who does that? Who does that? Not only that, they had this man, he landed on some field when he first initially landed on some helipad he landed on. However, they had this man, when they were transporting this guy, Maduro, somewhere in the United States, they had this man land in a helicopter on a football field, okay? They had this man. Yo, bro, America ain't playing. We ain't been playing. Why start playing now, man? Y'all, all you had to do was come into our country, abide by the rules, play nice, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't disrespect Black Americans who you're living next to, right? No, you didn't want to do that. Then when your cousins came all up in, your uncles came, you all wanted to start get bold. Want to call me nigga and want to violate everybody else in America. Oh no, we not with that. Oh no, we not with that. We not with that.
Has encircled this nation for months. One of the largest naval armadas in history has been stationed off its coast.
Yeah.
Fighter jets have been encircling the island. We've been engaging in kinetic lethal strikes against Maduro's drug boats and trained Iraq with gang members leaving the island.
Yeah.
We have launched a complete oil embargo of the ghost fleet, the dark ships.
We've
and
been
now
covering
on
all
top
of it.
of that,
Yeah.
And now on top of all that, right? Maduro is sitting in a jail cell in New York, as is his wife. So of course,
exactly.
It's very important. Though.
We tell this guy, stop sending your fleet. Stop. It's over with. First of all, you're damn. Let's say you're ahead of the Bloods and you're in power over there in my backyard doing all type of business with the Crips, who I'm not. Let's say I'm not with the Crips. You're doing all type of business with them, letting them bring their boats and acting like they're fishing, and they're not fishing over here. They live all the way on the other side of the whole globe. Oh no. We tell you, we say, all right, you know what? You can stay in power, but you're going to have to do X, Y, Z, and we need you to stop sending your boats. Do they stop? Not only that, they were sending ghost boats. They were trying to send boats under the cloak of darkness. Like we wasn't going to see your ass. Like we don't have specialized damn binoculars for your ass. Like we don't have specialized binoculars for your ass. The hell wrong with you? Like we see you. We see you. We see you. There we go. You know what? Let me push that button right there. We're not playing with y'all damn people over here. Y'all not playing with us. Why the hell we gonna play with y'all? Hell out of my damn face. We taking that. We taking that. Greenland, we taking that. Cuba, we getting up in there. We getting up in there. Colombia, we're coming for you, Colombia. Venezuela, we coming for you all the way. You're going to comply. You are going to capitulate. You will capitulate. Let's rock and roll. We're not freaking playing around with these damn people. They're not playing around with me, so why would I play around with them?
Okay. Without giving anything away, I want to be very clear. Very clear. The government has sent messages. This is such an important point, Jake. To the Secretary of State, to our senior U.S. government official negotiators. They have sent message after message making clear that they will meet the terms, demands, conditions, and requirements of the United States.
All right, good.
And I want to be very clear about that.
Good.
But let's the question about who is now running Venezuela is one that even members of Congress who are big Trump supporters say they're not quite sure about. Senate Majority Leader John Thune told CNN's Monterraju that he doesn't know what President Trump meant by his assertion that the U.S. is running Venezuela, and he said he needs more information. Can you tell us what the president means when he says, is acting President Delcy Rodriguez in charge? Is she running Venezuela or not?
Well, what the president said is true. The United States of America is running Venezuela. By definition,
we running Venezuela. We running, what do you mean? We have their number one asset. We have their number one way of making money. It's occupied. It's quarantined. The oil fields are quarantined off. That's American owned. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. You had a chance for damn, you was in power for damn 15 years. Then we had Chavez in there. We're tired of that. Well, come on, we're tired of playing around with you damn people. We know the way you think. Then you want to come over here, you want to look down on my people. I'm not going to have no remorse for you people like that. Now, I do have remorse for the people who don't deserve that, but not for the people who've been causing all of this pain. And going on top of that, going to have the nerve to come into my country and dislike and violate the black man and woman. I'm not having that. I'm not having that, dog. I'm not having that here. You know what I'm saying? We not having that.
We live in a world in which you can talk all you want about international niceties and everything else, but we live in a world, in the real world, Jay.
Hold on. Get me to 100. Smack that like button there, people. Get me to 100. Smack that like button there, people. Let's go.
That is governed by strength, that is governed by force, that is governed by power. These are the iron laws of the world.
But are you saying that
the beginning of time?
But in terms of day-to-day operations in Venezuela, that is acting President Rodriguez, right? It's not some sort of American emissary.
No, what I'm saying is, we'll keep going here, Jake. So I want to say what I'm saying, and you'll follow up. But what I'm saying is just one level above that, which is that by definition, we are in charge.
We're in charge.
We have the United States military stationed outside the country. We set the terms and conditions. We have a complete embargo on all of their oil and their ability to do commerce. So for them to do commerce, they need our permission. For them to be able to run an economy, they need our permission. So the United States is in charge. The United States is running the country during the transition.
Do y'all hear that, Poppy? Do you hear that, Poppy? Poppy, do you hear that? Poppy, you hear that? I hope you hear that, Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana, I hope y'all hear. I hope you hear that. We ain't playing around. We have a full, thorough embargo on your oil. Excuse me, let me correct that. On our oil. Okay? That's ours. We have our big boy ships sitting like this with their guns on their side like this. The big boy ships, right? Sitting right on your beach like this. They sitting there like this. You know what I'm saying? The boat just sitting there chilling. Boat's just sitting there chilling. You heard him. You heard Stephen Miller. We got our military right there parked right outside your front door, okay? We're not playing around. And guess what? We will not have any ships parked in front of our front door. So we are taking all of what we need to take. I don't give a damn what you talking about. I don't care. But this funny is, oh no, we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't go after that. You are eating and benefiting off of all of what these people are bringing in regarding oil and regarding all of the benefits and amenities that you get to, live your lavish lifestyle on. Because whether you're living a rich or wealthy lifestyle, or you're living a mediocre lifestyle here in America, you are very, very wealthy. You might not be as wealthy as you want to be, but damn it, if you go and step your tail out into some of these damn countries that's outside of America, man, and take a whiff of their laws and what they got going on, bruh, we are doing great over here in America. And shout out to God, right? Somebody put God in the chat. Shout out to God. All right. Come on, we're not playing around.
If that's
Now,
true,
obviously, that doesn't mean that President Trump is setting the bus fare schedule in charge. The United States is running the country during this transition period.
If that's
true,
true,
obviously, that doesn't mean that President Trump is setting the bus fare schedule inside the country.
So
doesn't mean that President Trump is assigning the K-12 curriculum in the country.
The indictment that the president and the military were acting on in 2020.
I see you, Baby Yaga. Baby Yaga said, God. I see you, dumb tears taste good. Said, God. I see you. We not God in the building. We not playing. I'm thinking God. We not playing. Kate said, Moon's Kate said, Lord.
And were seized on Saturday by our special operator.
Not Griffied Arrow. Not Griffied Arrow said Jesus. Moonskate said Yahshua. Let's rock and roll. I love it all. Amen. Tim's Skelton said amen. You see that? You see that? Man, all we got to mention one word, baby. One word, baby, and that God, that beautiful God power in America will just come at you like out of nowhere. Oh yeah, we're peaceful, but we're gonna pop up. We're gonna pop up. We're peaceful, but we're gonna pop up, and it is time. We're not playing around. We are a peaceful people, but we are also, God don't make punks. God don't make punks. God don't make the punks that is the showrunners. We are the showrunners. We set the culture for the world. We set the policy for the world. But we don't get this by being punks. You don't get to the top of the heap, to the top of the top of the top of the top of the whole world here in America by being no punk. Yeah, your population can't be no punk, and you the Jacques Cousteau of the whole world. Your population is a strong population, an intelligent, sharp population. We're not playing no damn games over here. They're not playing with us. They're not playing with us.
There are 4 other individuals indicted who remain in Venezuela. Is the U.S. demanding that they be turned over? One of them is Maduro's son. One of them is a former government official. One is a current government official. And one of them is the head of Tren de Aragua, as I'm sure you know. Are they going to be turned over if President Trump is, in fact, running Venezuela in the way you described?
Well, I don't want to, obviously, we have to balance here, Jake, which I think you more than most understand. We have to balance between, of course, what I can say to you publicly versus very close hold conversations that might be happening privately. And I know you understand and respect that. But I'll answer the question in this way. There might be individuals who are fugitives from American justice that could become part of a future conversation. But it's also true that for government leaders inside of Venezuela, as the president has said, right, we want an interim government that will respect the interests of the people of Venezuela, that wants a good, peaceful, secure future for Venezuela. So I would just say it this way. For those who may be indicted, the best choice they can possibly make is to be part of a constructive decision-making process for the future of Venezuela. The best decision they can make is to cooperate fully and completely with the United States to be part of building this brighter future for Venezuela during this.
Listen, it's called Connect Team, and it's insane. I don't do schedules or timesheets manually anymore, and it works.
Oh, interim period.
On another important topic, the Premier of Greenland and the Premier of Denmark and other Danish officials are responding to a Twitter post from your wife, Katie Miller, herself a former Trump White House official, showing Greenland covered with an American flag, saying soon, After that was posted, President Trump repeated the claim that the U.S. needs Greenland for national security reasons. The Danish Prime Minister responded to this in an interview earlier today, as reported by Bloomberg, quote, "I believe one should take the American president seriously when he says that he wants Greenland, but I will also make it clear that if the U.S. chooses to attack another NATO country militarily, then everything stops, including NATO, and thus the security that has been established since the end of the Second World War." Can you rule out that the U.S. is ever going to try to take Greenland by force?
Well, let me go back a step. The president has been clear for months now. So I know you're treating this as breaking news. The president's been clear for months.
He said, I know you're treating this as breaking news, but what do you mean, bro? We've been saying all of this. We've been saying we're going to deport you all. We've been saying we're going to denaturalize you. We've been saying we're not playing around. Why do you think we're playing, bro? Oh my goodness, the president did this and, excuse me, we campaigned on that. All of us, I mean, about a good damn 77 million of us, okay? Let's rock and roll.
The United States should be the nation that has Greenland as part of our overall security apparatus. Because it's new. The president's been clear for months now. For months. But the United States should be, it's been clear for months now. So I know you're treating this as breaking news. The president's been clear for months now. But the United States should be the nation that has Greenland as part of our overall security.
I just wanted to reset, Jake, by making clear that it has been the formal position of the U.S. government since the beginning of this administration, frankly, going back to the previous Trump administration, that Greenland should be part of the United States. The president has been very clear about that. That is the formal position of the U.S. government.
Right, but can you say that military action against Greenland is off the table?
You're going to be military action against Greenland. The Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake. The real question is, what right does
30,000 people
over Greenland?
30,000 people
against Greenland. The Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake. The real question is, what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland? What is the basis of their territorial claim? What is their basis of having Greenland as a colony of Denmark? The United States is the power of NATO. For the United States to secure the Arctic region, to protect and defend NATO and NATO interests, obviously Greenland should be part of the United States. And so that's a conversation that we're going to have as a country. That's a process we're going to have as a community of nations.
So you can't take it off the table that the U.S. would use military force to seize Greenland. You can't take it off the table.
Jake, I understand you're trying very hard to, which again, is your job. I respect it. It's great to get exactly the headline, right? That catchy headline.
I'm trying to get an answer to the question.
That says Miller refuses to rule out the United States should have Greenland as part of the United States. There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight the United States militarily over the future of Greenland.
One last question, Stephen. One last question. The president was very quick to say that the recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, opposition leader Machado in Venezuela, doesn't have the support in Venezuela to become the next president or the interim leader. And I wonder where he got that from, given that basically her cutout, Gonzalez, won the election last year, 2 years ago, overwhelmingly, 70% of the vote or something like that. Why does the president think that Machado should not be the next leader? Why does he think she's weak?
First of all of Venezuela experts agree, that it would be absurd and preposterous for us to suddenly fly her into the country and to put her in charge. And the military would follow her, and the security forces would follow her. This is not a serious, it's not even a serious question.
So should there be an election?
Let me, if you give me the floor for 30 seconds, let me tell you what we are doing here. The United States, this is sort of foundational. The United States is using its military to secure our interests unapologetically in our hemisphere. We're a superpower, and under President Trump, we are going to conduct ourselves as a superpower. It is absurd that we would allow a nation in our own backyard to become the supplier of resources to our adversaries, but not to us, to hoard weapons from our adversaries, to be able to be positioned as an asset against the United States rather than on behalf of the United States.
Sovereign countries should be able to do what they want to do.
The Monroe Doctrine and the Trump Doctrine is all about securing the national interests of America. For years, we sent our soldiers to die in deserts in the Middle East to try to build them parliaments, to try to build them democracies, to try to give them more oil, try to give them more resources. The future of the free world, Jake, depends on America being able to assert ourselves and our interests without apology. This whole period that happened after World War II, where the West began apologizing and groveling and begging
I don't even know,
engaging these
honestly, what you're talking about right now.
What I'm talking about, Jake, is the idea, and by the way, I know you love doing that smarmy thing, Jake, and I was hoping you'd be better than that this time.
I asked you about if there should be an election.
Exactly.
I asked you if there would be an election in Venezuela. That's what I asked. I said, why was the president so quick to dismiss Machado? You answered that question. And then I said,
the objective, Jake, is security and stability for the people of Venezuela. With our help and leadership, that country will become more prosperous than it has ever been in its whole history. Venezuela.
But the woman running Venezuela right now is part of the Maduro regime.
There will be conversations, Jake, about all of these guideposts along the way. The reason why I was giving you that speech, which I know you didn't want to hear, is because you're approaching this from the wrong frame. This neoliberal frame that the United States job is to go around the world and demanding immediate elections be held everywhere, immediately, all the time, right away.
No, that's not what I think, but you invaded the country. We went into the country and we seized the leader of Venezuela.
Damn straight we did.
And I'm saying,
we're not going to let,
so is the U.S. going to have new elections?
Is that we're not going to let Tim Pot communist dictators send rapists into our country, send drugs into our country, send weapons into our country.
Okay.
And we're not going to let a country fall into the hands of our adversaries. The future of Venezuela, working with America, is going to be so bright and so incredible and so positive, and we'll have a conversation about everything that you raised. But the priority right now, as the president has made clear, is a judicious, thoughtful, careful transition process to secure a great future for Venezuela and to secure a great future for America.
All right.
Let's just take a moment and just acknowledge, Jake, that what we've witnessed under President Trump's leadership this last week is one of the greatest foreign policy and military victories this country has ever had.
Stephen Miller.
There you go. There you go. There you have it. There you have it. Okay? It is not a game right now. You've seen Stephen Miller. He was just going off, and rightfully so. It is not a game right now. All right? America is being seized on all areas, or attempted to be. They attempted to seize us, and Donald Trump just went and took the cake for America. Hopefully one day you will understand that move from Donald Trump on Venezuela. That is the most important move. And now we can be at ease while we take down all of these other heinous governments that are in the line of our backyard to where they can allow the enemy to come onto their shores and bring their boats to park their guns on the backside and on the front side of America. We're not with that. I thank you all. Smack that like button. I'm on up out of here. Thank you so much, Secretary of Defense Calvin and Hobbies. I appreciate you kindly, dear brother. You know I do. Thank you so much. I thank you for coming out. All of you for stepping on out. And thank you again. And smack that like button. Miss Mockingbird, I see you. Tim Keaton, Tim's Keaton. Oh, excuse me, Tim's Kelton. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. RBA, I see you, RBA. Thank you so kindly. Baby Yaga, what's up, Baby Yaga? What's up, beloved? Thank you so much. M's. Oh. Not, I got to get that right. That's Negriff. Negriff. I'm going to say Negriff. I'm going to just say Negriff. Negriff, thanks, Negriff. Thank you so much. Smack that like button on the way out if you don't mind. Moonskate. Oh, Moonskate. Thank you so much, Moonskate. I appreciate you, dear beloved. Mobile Tech. What's up, Mobile Tech? Beyond. What's up, Beyond? Appreciate you so much, Beyond. Thank you so kindly for tuning on in. I'll be on tomorrow around 8, 9 o'clock. Smack that like button so you can get what I drop. Okay? Make sure you subscribe to the channel on your way out if you are not signed up with the team. We are not playing. White and blacks in America moving together. We're not playing around. I love you all. Thank you so kindly. Thank you, James. Yo, James Moore, I appreciate you kindly, James. Thank you kindly for tuning in, James. Okay? I appreciate you all, and I love you all, except for the ones that you know that I don't. Thank you, Baby Yaga. Peace, bro. Peace, Calvin. Peace.